Welcome to another 100 days of Stardew Valley, and this time I played as a rancher. I wanted to do this in the 1.6 update specifically to see how the new map and content was, and to see if animals were a little bit more lucrative. To force me to focus on animals, I made a rule that I could only grow 3 of any crop at any single time. The only exception is if I'm growing one for a quest or a community center. Speaking of, I also wanted to finish the community center and make $750,000 in total earnings. For my specific animal goals, I wanted to have 2 fully upgraded barns and 2 fully upgraded coops filled to the max with animals, 48 total, including every animal except ostriches. Let's get started, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. On day 1, I explored the new farm layout, tended to the 2 baby chickens that came with it, and then I wasted way too much time searching for some early clay that I will need as soon as possible for a silo. I ended up going to bed early because I had no more energy. On day 2, I did some early fishing, found a fishing spot, and got a very early sea jelly. I also donated my first item to the museum to get 250 gold. Day 3, I was going to get some copper for the silo, and then I realized the mines weren't open yet. So instead, I bought some crops from Joja, not sorry Pierre, bought 2 more chickens for my coop, and then I did some fishing and got 3 topaz randomly. Day 4, I planted some more crops and collected some stone for the silo. I also hit level 1 mining. On day 5, I watered my crops, following my max 3 rule, and tended to my chickens, trying to gain the hearts with chickens as fast as possible. So for example, the blue grass, let them outside, back inside, and close the door at the end of the night are new ways to increase your heart levels with the animals. So I'm trying to implement all those to increase the friendship as fast as possible. Then I got into the mines and got an early glow ring, which is so helpful, some copper, around 25 of them, and got attacked by some slimes. I also did remember to close the barn door right before bed. The next day I did a fishing quest, found a very lucky dino egg, which is perfect for this playthrough. I wasn't even thinking about dinosaurs when I thought about 2 full barns. I just thought no ostriches, but this is great. I also commissioned Robin to build a coop. On day 7, I unlocked the community center and got introduced to the prize ticket machine. Later, I made a sign to remind me to open and close the barn. Half the time, I literally still didn't remember to do it. Day 8, I spent the whole day fishing and I only caught 2 sardines. Day 9, I fished and completed my first bundle. Then on day 10, I got a quest which had a prize ticket as the reward. I headed down to the beach and then I found my first book, which gave me some fishing experience. I also completed the quest and I got an orange sapling. That is a huge boost to the early game, by the way. In retrospect, I wonder if I was better off to sell it for cash, but you know what? No regrets. Later I got to level 10 in the mines and the mystery boxes were now available on the map. Day 11 was boring. I chopped wood all day to save for a barn. Day 12 I did more fishing and hit level 15 in the mines. Day 13 I did attend the egg festival. I love that year 1 prize. And then I also did some fishing and caught a river jelly. The next day I spent some time in the mines and started building my first barn. On day 15, I tended to my chickens, and I was sure to turn all of the eggs into mayonnaise and sold some cauliflower. Well, 3 to be exact. Day 16, I did a bit of everyday money-making activities so that I could make sure that I could start buying the barn animals once all my coops and barns are completed being built and upgraded. Day 17, it was time to buy 4 cows and fill up this first small barn. I tried to come up with a naming theme, which, spoiler alert, drops off very quickly about midway through because I really got tired of it and most of the times just forgot. But at this point, I did start to feel good about the ranching path, as I have 8 animals and they will all soon be producing goods to sell. The next day, on day 18, it was really uneventful. I had no money from buying the cows, so I just hit the mines and got to level 25. On Friday, it was chopping wood time, and I'm gonna start needing a lot of this resource because I'm gonna have to start upgrading the barns and coops really quickly if I wanna ramp up my income to hit that $750,000 target. Day 20, and day 21 were a mix of the mines, opening mystery boxes, and quests. Day 22, it was rain, so I decided to fish. I did hit level 5 quite early and chose the fisher profession so that the fish would be worth more. Since fishing is animal related and it felt the most rancher-like to me to fill my days, that's what I tended to spend my time doing when taking care of the animals itself was not taking up enough of my time. On day 23, I picked up my newly upgraded axe and dropped off my pickaxe and then was gone fishing, which made me enough money for my coop upgrade. Day 24, I skipped the festival to gather barn supplies and collect some moss. Then on day 25, I upgraded my coop to unlock some ducks. Day 26, so I have been testing out to see if the bluegrass grew in a similar pattern to the normal grass, so I was testing a patch on the southwest of my farm, and it was getting bigger, so I can confirm the bluegrass spreads as well as the regular grass, other than it didn't seem like it spread quite as quickly. I also realized I had not been checking the travel cart for the community center, which does require cabbage in this playthrough, so might be screwed for that. Day 27, I hit level 60 in the mines. Day 28 was so boring, so I just cut more trees for more coops and barns. Day 29, I planted some summer crops to keep my 3 of each plus bundles promise, and spent the rest of the day caring for my animals. On day 30, because I am going to need a lot of fences, I felt like getting as much hardwood as possible was a good idea, so I planted the mahogany seeds I collected over the first 30 days. The next day it rained and Marnie was at her shop for once, so I got 2 new duckies using another naming theme that was plant related that also died very quickly. Day 32, I started to regularly get gold quality and or large milk from my cows, which happened pretty fast. So I'm thinking this might be because of the bluegrass and closing the barn door most nights. I also did a quest that paid well to hunt some skeletons, and by the way, the buffs to the insect head weapon in 1.6 are unreal. It makes the mines a breeze now, so kill those early buggos and you'll get that right away. Then the next day I collected money from the wizard for this quest, and once again spent the day chopping wood for animal structures, which allowed me on day 34 to upgrade to the big barn, and I found the woodcutter book, which gives a small chance to get double wood. Day 35, I cracked a bunch of geodes, found a fishing spot, and picked up a pair of shears. Okay, so day 36 was so weird. Everything started out normal. I got another skeleton hunt quest, but then I got an insanely lucky iridium bar drop on floor 85 of the mines, and then this little scampery creature that I'm not even sure is 100% new in this patch, but I think it is, and it freaked me out really badly, and I would not have believed it if I didn't have this recorded and could go back and watch it. Day 37, I was incubating another chicken and upgraded my coop, and I'm starting to see some decent income coming in between the mayo and the milk from my cows, and now I just need the cheese press. I also did a quest to find an aquamarine, and that night I went to bed and unlocked literally the cheese press. Day 38, I bought a goat, and I also got my first star drop. The next day I completed a bundle, got the best outcome at the luau with my prize-winning gold star cheese, and I sold a bunch of animal products for some money. Day 40, I finished the mines to get that out of the way. And then on day 41, I did rainy day activities and finished a bundle. On day 42, I harvested my 3 blueberry plants and hops plants and upgraded my barn to the deluxe barn to unlock pigs and sheep. I also completed the boiler room in the community center. The following day, I bought and planted an apple tree, as I need a ton of those for the community center, and I completed some fishing bundles. On day 44, it finally happened. The Green Rain event. I was so excited for this, and it was one of my favorite things that 1.6 implemented. So I spent the day talking to everyone I could so I could read the new dialogue, and then I also tried to collect as much as possible on this one-of-a-kind day. Such a good addition to this game. Day 45, things went back to normal, and I collected a bunch of stone since I had just spent all of mine on the deluxe barn, and then some more copper as well. Day 46, I was able to buy a pig and another cow. I also hit level 7 farming, which unlocks the loom. The loom, wool, and cloth all got buffed in 1.6, so I am really excited to see how this will affect my farm profits, especially because I am a rancher in this playthrough. Day 47, I donated a bunch of stuff to the museum, and I got some pumpkin seeds. I will only be able to plant 7 of them over the season, so I'll have to sell the rest, and I got a rare crow. I also checked in on my bluegrass progress. I keep clearing the regular grass away, so eventually it will be a gigantic patch of the bluegrass, and that will extend to my pasture. Day 48, I competed in the trout derby. Not that eventful, but it was fun. Day 49, trout derby day 2, and I redeemed for a bucket hat and a crab pot. We are halfway through this playthrough and we hit day 50. Here is another snapshot of the goals I set for this playthrough. And I can also say, from the perspective of, is this fun to play? I definitely have been enjoying it so far. I think under normal circumstances, I would add in unlimited farming to help the ranching take off a little bit quicker, maybe even just in springtime, but this has been a fun and challenging playthrough. What do you think? Do you think I'm gonna hit all my goals? Let me know in the comments, and please leave a like if you're enjoying the video. On this day in particular, I wore some fun hats. Don't worry, they don't last long. I upgraded my big coop to a deluxe coop, so now I can buy some rabbits. I also got a defense book. Day 51 was spent in the mines, and then day 52, I changed my sign to remind me about mushrooms so I could remember to use my dehydrator. Day 53, I bought another pig, and I obtained my first star drop tea from the prize machine. The next day, I found a mushroom floor in the mines. You would think I would have put them in my dehydrator that I just mentioned and put a reminder for, but no, I forgot and I just sold them all. On day 55, after caring for my growing family of animals, I opened up some mystery boxes. On the last day of summer, I bought another pig and I unlocked kegs. Time to get ready for fall. Day 57, I planted my obligatory 3 to 4 of each crop. And then on day 58, I cared for my animals, and I should point out that I have been very diligent, turning all my milk into cheese, eggs into mayo, etc. This is going to be the key for money making in this playthrough, so I have been doing that behind the scenes. The next day, I completed the fish tank, and side note, this is the earliest I have ever completed it by a lot. Day 60, I spent some time with the animals and collected a dino egg. I also tried to complete the ectoplasm quest, but I failed big time. Day 61, I planted some of the trees from the green rain day, got the ectoplasm for the quest, did not have enough gold to get what I wanted for more animals, and then I collected a bunch of moss. Day 62, some iridium quality animal products I started to obtain, and I have gotten into a very good groove of making them into the more valuable goods, selling them, reinvesting in my farm. I also finished the dye bundle, which reminds me, I finally did get some cabbage seeds from the traveling cart, even though I forgot to check it about half the time. So lucky save there. I also gave Carolyn a star drop tea because I wanted access to tea leaves. Then on day 63, I ran around trying to make some money, and some of my pigs have turned into adults now, so I can regularly make money from truffles. Then I stopped to upgrade my house, but, well, I had no money left. The next day, I did the basic ranching activities and had to replace a bunch of my fences. Day 65, found some fried calamari at the saloon, so I gifted it to Pierre because why not? The next day it rained, and honestly nothing eventful happened. Day 67, I got a crystallarium from a vault bundle, and I actually did finish the vault so I could unlock the bus to Calico Desert. Day 68, got a new gold pickaxe, and this was maybe the best first time skull cavern I have ever had. I found a prismatic shard, I found a dinosaur level, I got a treasure room, I almost hit level 50, but I wanted to get home in time to sell some of my goods because I did need to spend some money in the next few days. So then I went into day 69 and got some iridium quality purple mushrooms from my mushroom logs. I bought a new sheep, which filled up my first barn, and I cracked a bunch of geodes and treasure troves at Clint's, hoping to get the ancient doll for the community center. But maybe next time. Day 70. It was a boring day in the skull caverns, but I did get some cloth. Well, one cloth. Day 71, I cracked open a treasure trove and I got a book, and then I went back to the skull cavern and had awful flashbacks to another 100-day playthrough where I got rain totems in a treasure room. So triggered. Day 72, it was the Stardew Valley Fair. I thought you could maybe get a bunch of prize tickets, so I gambled a lot to save up for multiple, but then I realized when I went to cash out, you can only get one, so I got some other stuff too. Next day, I purchased a pair of shears and got an ancient doll from a treasure trove. Day 74, just another day taking care of my animals, and I did finish the children's bundle. I also built another silo. Day 75, thumbnail selfie day for the video. Also finished the pantry. The following day, I spent a lot of the day thinning out grass patches because I'm gonna need a lot of hay to fill both silos before winter hits, especially if I do manage to fill up all 4 animal buildings. Day 77 was honestly pretty uneventful. Day 78, I visited the bookseller and I got myself a little sweet treat or two because I deserve it. And then, because I was on a spree, I bought another kitty, and I obviously named him Artemis, as my first cat was a black cat named Luna. Day 79, planted a bit of my greenhouse because I am in need of some wild plums for my community center. On day 80, I got a pet bowl for my new kitty, and I upgraded my second barn to a big barn. Also realizing with the construction time for all of these upgrades, I'm really running out of time, so I need to start prioritizing this and hustling, which means I need a lot of materials. Day 81, I went into the skull caverns and got nothing done. What a waste. Day 82, starting to build up my sheep barn, which I'm really excited for, because as I mentioned, sheep and looms got a buff in 1.6, so I want to see how a mass cloth producing barn will be for profit. I also got the final barn upgrade on the second barn. I also found another foraging book, so overall, what a great day. Day 83, bought a goat and a sheep. Day 84 was a big truffle collection day on the last day of fall. I was excited until I realized a large portion of my animal income was about to halt because of winter, and then I crafted 8 more mayonnaise makers. On day 85, I moved my house to be next to that nice waterfall, and then I upgraded my coop to the big coop, and I finally got enough plums for the last bundle, and I completed the community center with the last bundles giving me town friendship and opening the quarry. The next day I tended to all my animals, and I am trying to plan for how I am going to accomplish all my goals, being the money and the 2 full barns and 2 full coops fully upgraded in the next 14 days. Day 87, I bought some starfruit, which may be done on the 100th day, but it won't give me enough time to sell them. And you bet I spent all my money on them because that is such poor planning. If I had done this 1 or 2 days sooner, it would have made sense, but it wouldn't be a Spell Thief 100-day playthrough without some questionable shenanigans like this. Day 88, I tended to my animals and started and progressed through many different quest lines. Day 89, I spent a bunch of time in the skull caverns, went to warp home, and I've been so used to my farmhouse being in the usual spot for the past 8 years of real life playing this game that yeah. Day 90, I got a fish present from Luna, which is so cute. I'm really glad they added this in 1.6. And then I checked out what I needed to build for the boat to Ginger Island. Day 91, I got some wool for my sheep to create more cloth, and I unlocked the sewer hatch, which helped me continue the wizard quest line. Since I just mentioned Ginger Island on day 90, I should say I wasn't even planning on going to Ginger Island. But then I thought, ostriches. Probably tough to get them in this playthrough, but if I do 200 days of being a rancher, I suspect ostriches will be a large part of the goals that I would eventually set. So with that being said, do you think I should continue this series? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to know, are you interested in this playthrough and is it worth me continuing? I collected some hardwood for the ship and I got to level 10 farming, which is huge because I got to select Coop Master. I was considering the sheep one as well, but I can always switch later at the statue next to Krobus. Day 92. Spent the day in Skull Cavern to find even more iridium to get me to Ginger Island, and I found another dino floor. Day 93. I cared for my animals and harvested some more hardwood. Day 94. Finally have all my coops and barns fully upgraded, and now I just need to get a bunch more animals. At this point, I would hope to fill them with rabbits and pigs, but I just don't know if I will have the cash to do so. The next day, I crafted a bunch more animal products and put the beets in Mayor Lewis's fridge. Day 96, I did participate in the Squid Fest, but just barely. I just did not have the patience for fishing so close to the final days of this 100-day challenge. I was too busy repairing the boat. I also visited the bookseller for my third woodcutting book, but I still did not hit level 10 in foraging. On day 97, I headed to Ginger Island to explore and got a set of tent kits. I also collected enough golden walnuts to unlock the island farm. I just couldn't resist camping out on the beach. Day 98, bought 4 rabbits and 2 sheep to keep filling up the barns, and then I spent a bunch of time collecting, crafting, and selling things to finish animal shopping for day 99. So naturally, the next day, I headed to Marnie's ranch on a Monday, and she wasn't there. I started to spiral because I know Marnie works out on Tuesdays and is also not in her shop. So I attended the night market, but I didn't really care too much because they don't even sell anything animal related. Day 100, I went for the ultimate chance. I sprinted to Marnie's ranch and she was there. I couldn't believe it. I still don't believe it to this day. I thought Tuesdays were an absolute no because she did the workout class, but somehow, some way, she was there. So I purchased a bunch of animals, and now let's see where we landed for all these goals. I ended up with barn 1 completely full. It had 4 pigs, 5 cows, 3 goats. Barn 2 not full. I did get up to 8 sheep. Coop 1 was not full, which I am shocked because this dino egg has been incubating for 13 centuries. I had 3 dinos, 4 chickens, and 4 ducks. I did manage to fill up my second coop after buying 6 rabbits on day 100 for 12 in total. I also managed to finish the community center and I hit just under 650,000 gold. I'm actually satisfied with my gold because I stuck to the rules of no farming more than 3 crops at a time until I hit the greenhouse, and that really slowed me down in spring, but it definitely was a fun challenge. If I had to do this again, I would allow myself to farm normally, again, at least in spring, because I could have started buying more animals sooner, and that would have helped me out a lot. That's all for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Again, if you enjoyed, please leave a like, and we'll see you at the next video.